Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to free your soul, and floating on the ocean, just a notion that seems out of reach? One thing on your bucket list is just to go and see the beach. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you've only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things you never thought were possible, with helping hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be a notion that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, making your dream a reality. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
Good afternoon, and welcome to another Behind the Missions with our wonderful travel agent, Bruce. Bruce, thanks for joining us today. And I look forward to this interview because we have so many questions that people are out there asking us.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
first of all, start off by telling everybody about your travel agency business a little bit.
Okay. Well, we are Ocean Travel, and we specialize in cruises. However, we do other things also, like all inclusives and also Disney. And I actually just booked a couple that did a honeymoon on a train. So we kind of do a little bit of everything, but we specialize in cruises.
Cool. So let's break out the icebreakers here. Tell us what makes this cruise one everybody will be talking about for a very long time.
Well, I think starting off, because it is a tribute cruise and there's a band on there that are outstanding. They'll be talking about Foreign Journey, who is the band that will be doing 2 different performances on the ship during sea days. And that in of itself is people are going to be talking about. Also just that, so when it comes to Helping Hands for Cruising, this will be the largest amount of people on one of Helping Hand for Cruising group cruises. So I think we'll be talking about that. We have some fun activities that are planned that we will be announcing shortly also. So I think everyone's going to really enjoy this one. It's not going to be too busy where people aren't going to be able to relax and enjoy themselves, but we will have some activities that if people want to participate in, they'll have the opportunity.
Okay. If you could describe this cruise in 3 words, what would it be?
Describe this cruise: fun, enjoyable, relaxing.
Okay.
It's going to be a great time. It really is. It's going to be a lot of fun.
True. Let's dive into the planning and getting there aspect.
Okay.
I know a lot of viewers and a lot of first timers have never cruised NCL. So give us a little start at the beginning of what's the easiest way to get to the port? Are there specials for shuttles? the hotel? Like, give us some feedback on what's going on there.
Well, first of all, unless you live in Florida, I recommend everybody fly, and to go on at least the day before, because tr trying to fly in that day can be difficult, if you, because you're relying upon, and you've heard in the news where planes get delayed, flights get delayed, and you don't want to get delayed and you don't make the ship. Everyone needs to be at the port ready to board no later than 2 p.m. They require everyone to be on the ship by 3 p.m. But you definitely want to be there no later than 2, earlier if all possible. If you are flying that day, you definitely do not want to land in Miami any later than noon. But I recommend everyone to fly in the day before. The group hotel that we have set up, they do have free shuttles that go from the airport to the hotel. And it runs from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. So if you want to use that shuttle service, you definitely want to be at the airport no later than probably 9 p.m. The night before, or whatever night you fly in, because they do stop shuttling at 10 p.m. On the day of the cruise, there is a shuttle that will be going from the hotel to the cruise port. We are working to get a special group rate with the shuttle service. It's not a free shuttle. Right now, it's $15 per person, but we are working on trying to get a better group rate than the $15. And that will be announced once we have secured that. But there will be that shuttle that will go to the cruise port. Again, you can, if you are parking at the hotel, if you're driving and parking at the hotel, which the hotel does have a parking option, you would have to arrange that with the hotel. There is a price to that, but you can park there. It is cheaper than parking at the cruise parking, so that's a plus. But when the cruise gets back, if you are parked at the hotel, you can get shuttled back to the hotel to get your car. If you are flying in and you got to get back to the hotel, the best option would be to pay for the NCL transport that goes from the cruise port to the airports, and that's about $20 per person. But that 20 or 25, and that's probably the best option after the cruise is over.
Okay, that's all great information there. The next thing that people are asking is what to pack and how to get ready.
What
What are
to
your
pack and how to what?
and how to get ready for it. So,
Oh,
like,
okay.
what are your top three? Don't leave at home with these types of things that you are like even for yourself. Like, what are your top three most? I have to take these with me.
Well, number one, you're going to the Caribbean. So it really doesn't matter what time of year you're going to the Caribbean, it's going to be warm. So you want to make sure for sure that you are packing plenty of shorts and very lightweight type clothing. Sometimes in the evenings when you're at sea, it could get a little chilly, especially in November timeframe, November, December. So I would definitely bring at least a light jacket for in the evenings if you're going to be out on the decks, maybe a hoodie. Another thing you don't want to leave without is suntan spray, suntan
Yeah.
lotion. Now, here's the thing, you are going to want to get, it's called reef safe suntan spray or lotion. You can get that on Amazon, a few other places, but you want to get the reef safe because in the countries we're going to and stuff, it is illegal to use suntan lotion that you can be ticketed for if you have it that is not reef safe.
Hey, I did
So
not know
you
that.
want to make sure that it is reef safe.
Okay. Um, So I know we've kind of touched bases about the band that's coming on board. Um, can we get a sneak peek at maybe one area where they might be playing?
So yes, well, I can tell you where they're going to be playing for both performances. They will be playing on the Lido deck by the pool, and they'll be playing from noon to 1:30 p.m. and it will be on the first C day and the third C day.
Okay. And then also, our viewers are asking, the other biggest things are there's not an elegant night on board the NCL ships, is there?
No, there is not. NCL does not have elegant or formal nights, or as some people call it. They do not have that. So you don't have to worry about bringing, dresses or formal gowns or ties, or even though on most of the cruise lines you don't have to do that anyways, but you don't have to bring real nice outfits for formal nights because they do not have that.
Okay.
If you want to, you still can, but NCL does not have the formal nights or elegant nights on their ships.
Okay. What about that people are asking cabin wise, like describe a little bit about the cabins. How functional is it to go from say the fifth floor to the 15th floor, and like what can they expect when they walk into some of their cabins?
Okay, well, so all the cabins are pretty functional, and they're spacious, and they're going to have closet space to hang up clothes. If you want to hang up some clothes, they'll have drawers that you can put clothes in. They'll have some shelves to put items on, both in the bathroom area and then also in the sleeping area and all that. So they are pretty functional. There'll be places to put your suitcases can go underneath the beds, which is where we always put ours. It's the area where they're completely out of the way and we don't see them again until the night that we're packing. So they're pretty functional. As to getting to the different decks, you do have the stairs, but if you can't take the stairs for mobility issues or just don't feel like it, there are elevators that go to all the decks. So you'll be able to get to any deck that you want to get to pretty easily.
Okay. Now I know that the amenities that come on board the cruise ship itself, like they have their own things that cruisers can do. What are some tricks to getting some of the best seats in the house on the ship for some of those activities?
If you're talking about like shows and stuff like that,
Correct.
getting in line early, and people will start lining up. People start lining up early for different shows. Some of the shows may, even though they won't cost anything, and it changes all the time, so we're really not going to know before we get on there. But some shows may require a reservation to get in there because there's only so many spaces available. And so you'll want to be looking at that. But the main thing is get there early. Because if they don't, people are going to line up some people want to line up a half an hour, 45 minutes early to get a good seat. So that's the best thing is just you can plan your day around. And the cool thing about it, and everyone's going to want to do, is download the NCL app. You'll be able to see the daily schedule on the app. You can get a paper one also if you want to. You can request that from guest services. But you'll be able to see the complete schedule on the app. So you're going to know when a show is happening. So you can set your schedule to know when you're going to want to head down to that show.
So our particular cruise, the RNR tribute cruise that we're having, different rooms have different perks and amenities coming on board the ship and things like that. For instance, let's talk about a balcony, okay? If they're in a balcony, they get 3 dining credits, it was, correct?
They get three specialty dining options, and that could be the steakhouse, the French restaurant, teppanyaki. They have sushi on board. So yeah, there's quite a few different restaurant opportunities on the ship, and they can look at any of those or book any of those. They are going to have to book them if you're doing a specialty restaurant, and that either before you get on the ship or when you get on the ship. That's going to be the one thing you're going to want to do is figure out what specialty dining you want to do and get that reserved pretty quick, because some of them, the more popular ones like teppanyaki, the steakhouse, those are going to fill up fast.
And now, kind of going with that too, we have in most of the rooms come with some type of drink package, correct?
Yes, they all come with the premium drink package.
Now, how does that work?
So the premium package, so it's alcohol and non-alcoholic drinks like sodas, juices, bottled water, tonics and that, spirits, beer, anything alcoholic, and they are unlimited. So so you can have as many that you want throughout the day. They may cut you off if you look extremely sloshed.
Correct.
But they are unlimited. So all you have to do is go to any bar, or if you're ordering drinks in for your meal, and you'll give them your room card, and they'll swipe it, and they'll see that you do have the drink package, and then you just order what you want.
Okay. And depending upon what cabin you have short credit, correct? Excursion credits, it's called.
So you have short excursion credits for ocean view and above, and that is $50 short excursion credit for the cabin, and that is per port. So, and that is $50. So and you must use that before you get on the ship. You have to schedule any excursions that you want to go on and use that short excursion credit before you get on the ship. Once you get on the ship, that will not apply anymore.
Okay.
So you do need to use them before.
Okay. Is there any like hidden gems on board this particular cruise ship that you would recommend people do not skip out or don't miss, that they should try to see it or do it or go to it or eat from it? What do you highly suggest?
Um, so there's a couple things. Number one, so you have the main dining room that is the Manhattan. However, there are two other restaurants that are considered main dining rooms, but they are smaller and they are quicker with service, and that is Taste and Savor. And so we only eat in the Manhattan when we've done NCL once. The other times we've always eaten Taste or Savor for them, because they are the same food that's served in the main dining room are served in these two restaurants also. But they're smaller, and they are the service seems to be quicker. The other thing that's on this ship that we really enjoy is the American Diner. That's up on, I can't remember what deck it's on off the top of my head, but it's up on one of the upper decks. It's like a hamburger joint, kind of like the 50s type diner, and it's really cool. And so it's a nice place to get a meal, also maybe at lunch. You could even eat dinner there. So it's really cool also.
Okay. And then there's also the buffet, correct?
There is the buffet, and We really enjoy NCL buffet is really good. And there are lots of options. And the thing that we really like, the whole buffet on both sides and everything, there's never long lines on it because it's open all the time. One side normally will open 15 to 20 minutes before the other side, but there's never a line because there are lots and lots of options and it goes pretty quick.
Um, so let's talk some of the ports of calls that we're going to. I know you yourself have been to all of them, correct? Before?
Yes, I have been.
Now, let's talk about the first one that we're coming to. Tell them what they could expect. Is there any must-sees or must-dos for first-timers that have never been there before? What would you suggest?
So in Grand Cayman, and I have to remember if that's our first port or not, because I don't remember off the top of my head what our first port is. So I'm just going to talk about all the ports.
Sounds good to
But
me.
in Grand Cayman, if you've never been there before, I would recommend very highly that you do Stingray City. Stingray City is a must, and it's really cool. And some people kind of get scared and they hear the story about Steve Irwin and they get freaked out. But the true story of Steve Irwin, not to get all into it and everything, but that was a freak accident. And he wasn't attacked or anything like that. It was a freak accident that happened with him. Um, we've done Stingray City many, many times, and that they'll take you. You'll take a boat that will take you out to a big sandbar, and then the stingrays will come up, and you'll get a chance to feed them. You'll get a chance to pet them. You'll get a chance to hold them, and it's very, very cool. So I definitely recommend doing Stingray City in Grand Cayman.
Right.
In Roatan, the port that we are going to, there's lots of things you can do there. One of them is monkeys and sloths, which is a very popular one. The thing with monkeys and sloths now is they don't allow you to hold the sloths. I believe they stopped doing that. It's still a very cool excursion. So it really depends. And if you have the time, if you get off the ship early enough also and get going, you could take a taxi cab and you could go to Mahogany Bay. And there's a cool beach there at Mahogany Bay. It's where Carnival docks. It's not where we're going to be docking, but you could still go there and spend the day at Mahogany Bay. There's a beach there that has a couple of different restaurants and bars, and it's just very, very cool. So it's a nice place to go. One thing that we're possibly just doing is just walking around. There's a lot of cool little shops and everything at these ports. So I would definitely recommend that being an option. Also, you don't have to go out and do an excursion if you don't want to. You can just relax and go walk around the ports and kind of integrate within the community and everything. It's kind of a fun thing to do. And then we're going to Harvest Cay, which is NCL's private island. And we're beach people, so we will be spending the day on the beach at Harvest Cay. And we cannot wait. It's a very, very cool port too.
Um, so the shopping's great. Are there shops on board this cruise ship?
There are shops. You can buy jewelry, you can buy clothes, you can purchase purses and cigars and alcohol. There's a candy store. There's a lot of different options that you have for shopping. So you'll definitely want to do some shopping there. One thing that I like to remind everybody is that just remember when you are on the ship that you're not going to be using cash or your credit card. You're going to be using your room card, and you will be setting up an onboard account that will be attached to your room, that all the charges will go to your room, and then you'll be setting up a credit card for that to be charged, or you can set up an account using cash when you're on board also. And then when the cash gets low, then you can go add more cash on it that way too. But we normally just attach a credit card to our room, and then we just do all of our purchase like that. I do recommend bringing cash for when you're at the ports. We never use our credit cards, debit cards, or any kind of card when we get off the ship at ports. We always use cash. It's the easiest way, and there's no chance of any funny stuff happening.
Correct, correct. So let's talk ship wise. NCL, do they allow your doors to be decorated?
Yes, they do. We've done it many times. They've never complained about it. And so, yes, you can decorate your doors if you would like, and we will decorate our door, and stuff. And we'll probably have a whiteboard on there with a magic marker. We'll normally have we'll put a question or something and have people write as they're going by, write stuff on them and everything. So, but yeah, you can put stuff on your doors. You cannot put stuff on the frame of the door or on the wall next to the door, but on your door itself, you can decorate it. Yes.
And now, can you still hide ducks on board the cruise ship?
You can hide ducks on NCL ships. They do not frown at it. Contrary to what people like to say out in the YouTube world or the internet world, crew members do not hate ducks. Crew members love finding ducks themselves. So yes, you can hide ducks.
Okay. The pre-muster drill before we always cruise. Is there the normal pre-muster drill where, we all gang up on one group and we all go up to in front of your lifeboat with your life jackets and go through the drill? Or is it a quick, like Carnival does, muster drill? You check in, they show you how to inflate your life jacket, you check out, and away you go.
So with NCL, their muster drill is very, very cool because when you do your online check-in, you are going to do the muster drill. You're going to have a video to watch. You can also do it on your app. You're going to watch a video that shows you how to do everything. When you get on the ship, all you have to do is go to your muster drill location, have them scan your card, or they'll take down your cabin number, and you're done.
I like.
It's very quick.
Let's
Very, very
talk.
quick.
Let's talk about pre-check-in. How far out are we allowed to pre-check before this cruise?
So you can check in 14 days prior to the cruise. You can do your online check-in, and they are talking about changing that though, so that may change before we get there too. But
Okay.
right now it is 14 days before your cruise. You can do your online check-in.
Okay. What if we are on the island and we are buying certain things, like say we see a certain alcohol there that we don't necessarily get in the States and we would like to purchase that? Do they confiscate those and then keep them in their holding area before the night before to release them back to you? How does that work?
So if you purchase alcohol at a port, you are going to be required to turn that in when you get to the ship. They will give you a receipt for it. They will hold it for you, and then on embarkation day, you can recover that. They may let you do it the night before, actually, but either the night before or debarkation day, they get off the ship, they will give you that wrapped up. Normally it's going to be wrapped up in like brown paper or whatever, but you're not going to be able to take it on the ship and drink it in your room and stuff like that. They're not going to allow that.
Correct. Do we know what some of our themed nights are going to be on the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise?
So ship wise, there are a couple theme nights that they have. They do have an 80s night. They also have what's called a rock and glow night, where people will bring glowy bracelets and all sorts of glowy stuff, and even clothes that glow and all that kind of stuff. They have a glow night, which is a lot of fun also. Um, I'm also researching to see if there's any other things that they might have on this particular cruise. Um, Knowing that it's right after Thanksgiving going into Christmas, one thing you guys got to remember, the ship will be decorated, which we're really excited for. We like being on a ship during this time of year also. But I'm checking to see if they might have any other special nights leading up to Christmas, since we will be on the ship at the first week of December.
Nice, very nice, very nice. So, as we get closer to wrapping up here, if you could give any first-time cruisers one piece of advice to make their trip unforgettable, what would it be and why?
Well, there's a few. So number one, pack your patience. When you are um, because things can happen, and especially when you're checking in, when you're doing embarkation day, things can happen. So make sure you pack your patience. Um, don't don't think that you have to try everything or do everything. Like I said, you'll be able to see a schedule of what is happening. We will be releasing a schedule of some events that we are going to be having also. But don't think that you have to do everything. Just remember that it's your vacation. And so just participate in what you want to participate in, but knowing that you do not have to participate in everything at all. In fact, if you try to do everything, I think it's probably going to drive you kind of crazy, because there's just not enough time in the day to do everything. So just kind of pick and choose wisely on what you want to do, and then just have fun. You're going to have a great time, trust me.
Yeah, and I have to totally agree with what you're saying there too. This is not my first cruise, but it's my very first NCL cruise, and I was sitting here going, okay, what would I want to know during this interview where I'm doing with you that the general public may not know either? And I want to thank you very much for coming aboard and giving us all of this great information and talking about us a little bit. Is there still room to book if people see this and say, you know what, I want to go on this cruise? Can they still book with you?
Absolutely. Even though we're past final payment date, so when you book, you will have to pay for the full cruise. But yes, there are still cabins to book, so you can still get a hold of me, and we can still get you on this ship. It's going to be a fun time. This is something you really don't want to miss. So we're going to have a great time. We're going to have the meetup before the cruise too, at the main hotel, which is the Hampton Inn Suites, the night before. And everyone will get to meet the band at that time also. They'll be there, and it's going to be a great time. We're doing a meetup on the ship. We're doing a scavenger hunt during the week. Another thing that's on this ship that's very cool, that you were going back to things that you don't want to miss. They have a go-kart track on this ship. And so as you can test your Mario Andretti skills on the go-kart. So it's going to be a lot of fun. This is a beautiful ship. It just went through dry dock. So it's a gorgeous ship.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Bruce, on it all. One last thing, why should people or other viewers want to try to help support Helping Hands for Cruising?
Well, Helping Us for Cruising is a fantastic organization that they allow people that normally would not be able to go on a cruise to really have a vacation of a lifetime, um, and to give them some memories and experiences that they normally would not have the opportunity to have. And it doesn't, it just gives you a great feeling. If you want to help a nonprofit organization, this is a fantastic organization. I recommend anybody to go on the Helping Hands for Cruising YouTube channel and check out some of the videos, especially from the very first cruise with Kenny, who was the very first recipient. And to see that young man and how that cruise affected him, someone that had never seen the ocean before, let alone been on a cruise ship before, is quite the experience. And so this organization is there to help, to really help the recipients that's never been able to do that before, to have the opportunity to have a great vacation.
Right. And for those of you that don't know, the little link above over here in the chat, when you see it, is the link to donate. Any dollar amount helps and goes a long, long way. So, Bruce, thank you for joining me this evening. Thank you for your input as to ocean travel and what people can expect on this cruise and cruising. And give us one more time your website, and then we will have you head on out to schedule more upcoming cruises for us.
All right. Our website is Ocean to Ocean, and that's the number 2, ocean-to-ocean-travel.com. You can also reach us at Bruce at ocean-to-ocean-travel.com, or you can reach us at 833-626-8728, option number 1. I still don't have our business line memorized, even after all these years. But yeah, you can reach us at 833-626-8728. Option number 1 for myself, option number 2 for Mike Clock, or option 3 for Ross Murrell. And we can get you on a great cruise.
Yeah, and thank you again, Bruce, for joining me this evening, and thank you for talking with me. And I can't wait to see you.
Absolutely. All
Have
right.
a great
Thank you
day.
for having me.
Yep.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Dreams set sail today, rising up, no delay. Hands reach out, we say, join us, come what may. Waves of hope we ride, strength is found inside. Together side by side, we conquer every tide.